The oil glut in the market is considered to be one of the key factors pushing down the price of the commodity. However, this may change very soon. On May 1, significant oil output cuts by OPEC plus countries came into force. At this point, however, the market has seemingly forgotten about it or hasn't noticed the fall in supply yet. Once this drop becomes noticeable enough, many market participants will panic, pushing up crude oil prices. Currently, Brent crude futures have slowed down within the range between 71.5 and $73.70 per barrel. This possible accumulation of forces could then lead to the new upsurges in the future. Meanwhile, gold was affected by yesterday's meeting of the European Central Bank. Demand for the precious metal went up as the ECB slowed down the pace of its interest rate hikes. Furthermore, the president of the ECB, Christine Lagarde, did not answer questions about further monetary policy tightening. In fact, gold has returned to the level of $2,050 per ounce. To confirm this trend, the precious metal should settle above 2,100 in the daily time frame, which would increase demand for the prolonged trend. Otherwise, it would experience volatility and fluctuate significantly. Fundamental factors suggest gold is unlikely to remain at current levels for a long time. The Bank of England will likely maintain the rate, which will likely result in a downward correction. However, the policy meeting will only take place in a week. Until then, the gold will try to consolidate around its current levels. Meanwhile, the Russian ruble continues to grow steadily against the US dollar and is trying to break below the level of 77 rubles per dollar. The ruble has not declined after the Bank of Russia decided to keep its monetary policy unchanged. The market is still struggling to find even a temporary point of balance. Once the Bank of Russia decides to lower the key rate, it will inevitably have an increasing impact on the Russian ruble, which is overbought territory after moving up over the past week. Even if the Russian currency advanced further, it will inevitably fall to 80 rubles per dollar at the very least. And that's all for now. We continue to learn developments on financial markets. Subscribe to the channel and follow news with us. See you soon.